Welcome back, Huskies, from your 3-day weekend. I hope you had a nice time with your family and friends. We only have 4 days this week, so let's hit the ground running and have a great week. This is the Bailey Weekly Student Update for Tuesday, September 2nd. So for today, it's day 2 of our 30-day push-up challenge, so I appreciate the Wellness Department in challenging students and staff to do push-ups every day for the next 30 days. Also, be sure to take your picture order forms home today. It's really important that you do that. And don't forget that Tuesday and Thursday of every week during the school year is study tables in the Media Center. So be sure if you're needing help with something, you can go to that. If you're failing a class or even just wanting extra help or a quiet place to study, you can do that in the Media Center on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:05 to 5. If you're leaving early, just remember to have your parents give you a note stating what time you need to leave or to call sometime during the day and let us know. And also next week, on Tuesday, September 9th, will be Picture Day. That's a week from today. And then next Wednesday will be Early Release Day. And again, both of those things are next week, not this week. So here's Mr. Bailey. I just wanted to talk real quickly about why books are so important to me. So why are books so important to me? Why do I mention them, reference them, talk about them on a regular basis? Well, first let's just kind of go through a few books that are really important to me. First of all, my first memorable book was Charlotte's Web, and just really, I remember getting this book in the mail. It's a hardcover book, chapter book, and sitting down at my house and reading through that, and just really just being connected with the characters of that story and how deep of a friendship there was between the characters and what they were willing to do for each other. So it was a really moving book, and one that I remember being one of the first that really hooked me. Also, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost just is another one of those poems that hit me at the right time. I had heard the poem before, but when I was contemplating leaving Butler and going to Huntington, I was really wrestling with that decision. It was a pretty big life decision. And I was speaking to a friend of mine who was a retired teacher, and he was just sharing the poem with me and kind of encouraging me, you know, just to make the decision I felt like in my heart was the best one to make. And after he quoted some of this poem, I sat down in the office at Huntington as I was considering whether to make the move or not. And when I opened the book, this poem was inside the cover. It was a yearbook from the previous year, and the poem was actually inside the cover. And it just really gave me a lot of comfort. So poetry or stories, characters, different literature that we're able to read can have that kind of effect on us. It can really connect with us and help us make those decisions. Another book that really transformed my professional life was Getting Things Done. And so books make a powerful difference in my life, and that's why I try to read as much as possible, because on my own I can't grow. But through the connections that I make, through my relationships, and through the books that I read, I'm really able to become the best version of myself. This book helped revolutionize the way that I organize my life, and really helps keep me focused and on tasks and prioritize and to do the things that are most important. And it just I can't really overstate how important this book was for me, and even becoming an administrator later in my life and just a better teacher as well. So the weekly focus is I want you to read a book that can change you. I've been sitting in on some of the classes at the 6th grade wing during the reading feed time and silent sustained reading, SSR, and most of you, like 95-98% of you, are reading and doing a great job. But I notice a few in each classroom, and I just wonder if you're really into what you're reading or not. And so during that time, at least, I know we all have to read things that maybe we don't want to read or don't necessarily get our attention, but I hope that you can find a book during that time or an article or something that really hooks you and gathers your attention and keeps it for a long time, and one that can really change your life. So the thought for the week is The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Just allow me to read this just real quickly, and that will be it for today. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no feet had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Take care and have a great week. Go Huskies!